What's good, y'all? It's King Tees. Welcome back to Throughout the Association. And man, GM LeBron don't take no breaks, do we? First news break that LeBron is not fond of Luke Walton, which I don't understand because I think Luke Walton doing a good job. Way better than David Blatt and Tyronn Lue. But now Adrian Wojnarowski has revealed that Anthony Davis has informed New Orleans that he will not sign the 5-year, $240 million extension. He will become a free agent in 2020, and he requested a trade. Now, this is obviously Anthony Davis trying his best to get to the Lakers because, he's giving them a head start because the teams that can really make a good offer for AD would be LA or Boston. But Boston can't trade for Anthony Davis until July 1st because of the Rose Rule. This is basically Anthony Davis telling LA, y'all best chance is right now, so let's go, before the February 7th trade deadline. Now, AD agent Rich Paul, and one of LeBron's best friends, he told ESPN why AD is asking for a trade and why now. He said Anthony wants to be traded to a team that allows him a chance to win consistently and compete for a championship. Anthony wanted to be honest and clear with his intentions, and that's the reason for informing them of this decision now. That's in the best interest of both Anthony and the organization's future. AKA, this team is trash. I gotta go. Now, Lakers fans may be very excited right now, but if I was y'all, I would relax because if I was New Orleans, I would sit Anthony Davis the rest of the year so he don't get injured. Their year is over this year. I think they third to last in the Western Conference, which I don't think AD get enough blame for because if you really as good as everybody think, your team should be at least 500. But I would sit him the rest of the year and wait for the offseason because that's most likely when you're going to get the best and most aggressive offers for AD. Trading him right now really only benefit the Lakers. Now, many will say right now that Anthony Davis has a lot of leverage, which in a sense is kind of true because he can tell teams he's not going to re-sign there if they trade for him, and that can kind of control where he goes. But we said the same thing about Paul George. He tried his best to get to LA and then the Cavaliers, and they trade him to OKC. And then Kawhi tried his best to get to LA, and they trade him to Toronto. So ultimately, yes, New Orleans has to trade Anthony Davis, but they're going to do so when they want to and for what they want. Unless LeBron can somehow finesse James Jones into a management position in New Orleans, there is no guarantee Anthony Davis is going to be a Laker. At least not this year or next year. And if I was LA, I would try my best to not have to trade Kyle Kuzma. What you guys think about this? And definitely subscribe.
Heard from AD and what are kind of your thoughts on it?
He had to do what he had to do for his family, and for him, what's best for his career. So Anthony's always been professional, and he's always been professional with us, and even more so, he's been friends and like a brother. So whatever decision he makes, I can't be upset with him. I know this is a business, but he's doing what's best for him.
Is it a distraction going forward at this point, or is it just business as usual?
No, it's business. I think everybody's somewhat been through it, maybe not at this capacity, but knowing Anthony, he's still going to come in here and work. You probably hear him yelling right now. So until whatever decision is made, he's always going to be here and be playing for us, and he's going to be right with us. So.
Do you think all of this stuff hanging in the air has kind of affected the team at all this season and part of some of the struggles?
I don't think so. It's a little bit more the same, more so injuries. A lot of injuries, people being in and out, getting off rhythm, adding new players. Again, I think everything with Anthony has just always been in the back of our minds where we know Anthony's going to make whatever decision he makes, but when he's here with us.
You're under contract for the foreseeable future. Do you think about this maybe being a turning point for this franchise and you in some way, whether it be soon or this summer, that he won't be here anymore?
We'll see. Right now, I guess I'm worried more about the season. I'm worried more about tomorrow. We got a big game tomorrow. We're still going to try to come out and win every game that we play, but it was kind of like when I was going through my free agency. I didn't worry about that. I worried more about what's going on at the task at hand.
Do you expect to play with Anthony again this season? Do you think he'll play with you?
I'd hope so. Depending on how healthy he gets, as soon as he can. I know nothing about what's going to happen or how soon it's going to happen, so I'd love to, but I'm just here for basketball.
Did he talk to you guys personally before?
Yeah, he told us. He told us before it came out, I guess, this morning. Again, like I said, he's like a brother to us. I've been here for 6 years with him, and just the fact that he felt like he had that connection and that respect for not only me but everybody on this team. So.
Drew, what do you think this franchise needs in order to be able to keep a player like Anthony Davis?
Couldn't tell you.
You guys
I mean,
talk
you don't even start to think about why someone would leave a situation. I mean, this would be the most expensive contract in NBA history.
Right. Again, I guess Anthony's leaving, so I don't know.
Does it start from a front office perspective? Does it start from a personnel perspective?
It could be.
What are your thoughts on that? Do you have a diagnosis of it?
I really don't. I really worry about being on the court, playing basketball, especially during the season. Maybe in the off season it's a little different, where we can sit down and look at players and be able to make decisions. But right now, I feel like I have to play with the players that I have.
How tough do you feel like it is in this market to be able to attract people right now with people teaming up?
It can be hard. It can definitely be hard. Definitely be in a smaller market, but I feel like people know our style, the way we play, and if they want to be a part of that, then they'll come.
When did he tell you guys, bro? When did Anthony tell you guys?
A couple days ago.
A couple of days ago.
Yeah.
I guess how crazy is it to be where you are now, considering where you guys were during that playoff run and how it seemed like the team was so together, and now it's kind of coming apart at this point?
Yeah, man, it's a business of basketball. I was a part of something in Philadelphia where it's kind of the same thing, where it felt like everything was close, and all of a sudden, everybody's gone. So I feel like you just kind of have to roll with the punches. You have to be able to adapt, and from there, play as hard as you can, and show people that I guess you're going to come play hard every game.
Will this mean any more to you? This is, whether it's next week or April, this is going to probably be the last time you play with him for the foreseeable future. Will that mean anything more to you?
Like playing with him, if he comes
as a
back?
team, if he comes back.
Man, I've enjoyed playing with Anthony. That he's like one of the main, like 90% of the reason why I stayed. Again, he's a talent that I feel like comes once in a generation to be able to play with. 7-footer who can do everything at a skill level. So I've enjoyed every single moment playing with him, and if I get a chance to again, I will.
Anything you should address, Rich Paul?
We were informed by his people that obviously he's not going to sign the extension. We're likely to be traded. Out of respect for, AD and our franchise, I think there's going to be a statement issued later on. You guys can wait for that. But as far as my role and what's going on with it, he's still under contract. He's still on our team. I spoke to him this morning at length. He thinks his finger's getting better. He planned on playing out the season. That's my role to try to win as many games as we possibly can. And I think AD is a professional guy. He's going to play as hard as he can once he gets well, and we're going to do the best we can to try to put our team in a position to win games.